All right, we are live. I am David Grimsby. I'm the game designer and your host. My guest is the creature feature, John Campbell from IWE Wrestling,
amongst others. Yes,
amongst others.
Tonight
do have
it's
your,
cool though. Tonight I'm all flow. I'm all in.
you're all in on Flow. Excellent. Well, thank you for joining me here tonight.
Yeah,
We're gonna go ahead and hop into this pretty quick. So, for those of you that are joining us for the first time, Fantasy Global Wrestling is a role-playing game I've created. It basically combines the 80s fantasy and pro wrestling. Think of it like if Lord of the Rings had an 80s phase and really got into pro wrestling. That's essentially what you can expect here. It's very rules light. Tends to be pretty hilarious. So we're going to go ahead and just get some world building going here and then get into the match. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically describe the arena that we're in. So do you have any things that come to your head like right away, like big picture, just general area that we're fighting?
Well, I know where I would like it to be, but I don't know if I can get into that without revealing the character just yet.
Can you use some of that information for the inside the arena? Would that?
Yes. Well, here I'll be ambiguous, and
All
I will
right.
say a snack manufacturing plant.
Okay.
with conveyor belts, and as the conveyor belts go across, the snack of choice for my character is what is going across the conveyor, and just all kinds of tools, and I see a tool chest, a tool closet actually, with chain link fence around it. You open the chain link door to get to various tools that you may need to either bludgeon someone with or to fix a machine, depending on, personal preference.
All right. So snack manufacturing plant, I'll say like the entranceway is a conveyor belt.
Yes.
That has those plastic like flaps hanging down.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we kind of just get motored out through that. There's like smoke machines and pyro going off and maybe cannons shooting snack goods.
Yes.
For the entrance. So what's the ring look like? Is there
the ring is it's your standard ring, but it's painted orange. Okay. And so all the ropes are orange, the canvas is orange, the apron's orange, turnbuckle pads, yada yada. Everything is orange, but when you peel back the canvas, it's not wood and it's not padding. It is snack, like the. Can I just go ahead and say Cheetos? It's
sure.
It's Cheetos piled from the floor all the way up to where like the steel beams would be, and then even over the steel beams. So it's very lumpy, it's very crunchy, but after a while walking on it, there's not much give, so it starts to really hurt.
Fantastic. That's a first. So I'll say the audience is just a bunch of the workers at this factory.
Yes.
That are, some of them aren't even going to be watching. They're just in the background doing their jobs. But if you're on like a break, so they're watching this impromptu Cheeto ring match.
Yes.
So outside of the ring, maybe between where the audience and the ring is, what's that look like?
That would be a guardrail made out of not the puffed Cheetos, but like the harder kind of more jagged Cheetos. So if you get thrown into that like just right, you might be, you might cut yourself, and you might get some of the if it's flaming hot, let's just go ahead and say it's flaming hot. You might get some of that in the cut, and it might hurt really bad.
So there's a flaming hot Cheeto guardrail.
Yes.
Surrounding the ring.
Yes. I'm very home field advantage here.
Yes. Because I know who you're playing. So this
Yes.
All right, so I will do our entrances now. So I'll actually go first in this. Let me just pop up my person here. So I will be playing Madam Troll, baby. I am a sui generis who is a troll. So she comes out to TNT by AC/DC, just kind of posing as she slides through the curtain on the conveyor belt, and she's being hit with snack food pyro. It's getting caught in her hair because it's kind of like wet and stringy, like she oversprayed it for dramatic effect. And she's kind of like lean and lanky, wearing a black and gold singlet and matching boots, and kind of full of herself and pretty mean, but the audience loves her just because of the catchphrase. And her work rate, I guess. So she's
the smart fans love her, but they hate me.
Yes.
Because all I do is just Memphis 101.
She's being slid down in the ring, and she's getting hit with snack food and throwing it back at the audience, who's just getting pissed because they have to like sweep it up now. She's making a safety hazard of like snack goods all over the floor, and the conveyor kind of dumps her in front of the ring, and she wasn't expecting that, so it kind of lands face first, and gets up and just rolls into the ring, and it's all you hear it crunching. There's like cheese powder kind of puffing up in the air, and
yes,
her music kind of fades out, and then we go to who you are playing.
All right, so this is, and you'll never forget the name of, Cheese Dust. Imagine gold dust, but orange. So orange face paint, orange jumpsuit, and they come out to the ring eating Cheetos or Doritos if Cheetos are not available, but Cheetos is the snack of choice for Cheese Dust because they are more messy than Doritos. And so he's a real just kind of big weirdo. You know, he like goes around, like if he thinks somebody ate Cheetos and then like turned a doorknob, he will be the one to lick the doorknob to try and get like some of that cheese dust off of there. And I don't know if it's like an addiction or if it's just like a over the top hobby. But the man really, really loves his Cheetos, the dust especially. So should I go into like the injuries and other notes and stuff like that too? Or
if you want to tell about your other notes, you can.
Yeah, because I'm sure everybody can read.
Yeah.
But basically they end up rubbing their eyes and are often prone to blindness because of that. And they also never wash their gear. So their gear kind of smells like a mixture of like BO funk and then like just stale Cheeto dust.
Lovely.
Yeah. And so that's Cheese Dust, who Cheese Dust is. Oh, age 74, because I looked it up last night, and 74 years ago is when the Cheetos company was established.
Fantastic.
Cheeto bags are, I must have just been really hungry last night. Cheeto bags are always in ounces. So he's 250 pounds, which is 4,000 ounces. Nice. And so for Cheese Dust's entrance, he starts rolling down the conveyor belt, and then the pyro comes off, shooting Cheetos in his face. Well, he sees like the workers trying to sweep it up. And how violent can we get?
Oh, you can get as violent as you want.
All right. Pulls out a machine gun. No. He sees the workers trying to sweep up the Cheetos, and he just goes ballistic, and he actually starts attacking the workers.
Oh no.
Who are also the fans. So now Flo has a lawsuit. Thanks for having me on. And so starts attacking the workers, eating all the Cheetos off the floor. He looks up, he sees the guardrail is made of Cheetos. He runs over to the guardrail. He starts gnawing on the guardrail. He can't really make a whole lot of headway though, because his mouth is still full from all the Cheetos he was cramming in his mouth. So he doesn't destroy the guardrail. He gets like a good couple of bites, And then he notices the ring. And so he runs up to the ropes, thinking the ropes painted orange is Cheetos. He starts gnawing on the ropes. He's not getting anywhere. Starts gnawing on the buckles. The bottom buckle where he's at explodes from, George Animal Steel style. But inside the buckles are Cheetos. So he's a happy camper. Then he notices the smell. Where is that smell coming from? Well, it must be the thousands of Cheetos underneath the canvas. So that's when he gets really just out of control crazy. He rolls in the ring. He grabs a pen, because we didn't talk about commentators. We're going to have some commentators right up to ringside. I mean, their table is butted right up to the apron. So he grabs the announcer's pen and starts stabbing into the canvas, trying to open up the ring to get the Cheetos. And then Madam Troll comes and says, "Hey, I know where you could get some Cheetos." And he's like, "You do? Where?" And then she's like, "Well, if you beat me, I'll tell you." Now we got a storyline.
Everything's on the line.
Everything's on the line.
So the crowd has gone ballistic after being attacked and being attacked by cheese dust.
Yes.
And I hold the secret of where all the rest of them are that you're looking for.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we didn't. Do you want a referee? Who's the ref? We didn't.
Eric Cherry.
Eric Cherry is the referee.
There you go, Eric. First one off the top of my head that you would know, David. So
all right, Eric Cherry is a referee. That is a no between us and possibly some people watching.
But he does have orange hair from all of the cheese dust that went everywhere, and that may come into play later.
All right.
I'll probably forget that. I don't know.
So we, as I told you off the air, we normally do an initiative check to see who goes first. For the sake of getting things rolling, I will just have narrative control to start.
Sounds good.
So that you've gotten in my face, and I can just the smell coming off of you. It is awful. So I'm gonna immediately start out. I'm just gonna try to shove you.
Oh no!
Away from. I'll use that as a strike. So I'm gonna try to shove you just away from me. So I'm using a strike. Say you pick any stat you want, and then say how you would like to counter, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, so like you hit the strike. So say if I wanted to counteract it by cheating, I would just flip my cheat card. Okay, very cool.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can tell me a little bit beforehand what you want to try to do. It's up to you.
Okay. Well, I flipped it, but you didn't see it. So
no, I don't know what you have. So if you want to tell me what it is you are probably going to succeed at.
No.
Okay. So
I might not. You don't know.
I have a queen.
Okay. I did not.
You just lost. Oh no.
So, okay. Anyway, so you shoved cheese dust. Cheese dust didn't take kindly to that and started crying.
So we get to, you're going to be injured off of this.
Yep. Well, so, I wasn't done. So shoved him. He started crying. He gets down in the fetal position. And then one of the fan workers that got attacked earlier throws their push broom into the ring, and it hits cheese dust in the head.
All right, let's see what happens here. Let me pull up this. So we got a broom flying in. So go ahead and reveal the top card of your fighting spirit, and we're going to see what happens to you.
All right.
A 6 of diamonds. So this chart here says that you have a fracture. So we're going to say your head is fractured.
All right. Rock and roll.
And you get -1 to your cheat cards, but it doesn't matter because you lost your whole stack because of the Joker.
Yep.
So you can't use any more cheats.
And-
Cheese
and
Dust now has a
to let
fractured skull.
Well, and to let everybody know, like, I don't know if you want to put my gimmick back up there. I loaded myself up with cheats. This is the old one. Instead of 23, I actually had 27.
Yeah. So 27 cards gone.
Yep. All no more cheating for me. How does that even happen right off the bat?
We've had characters die on the second move.
So I just take these and just set them aside. They're
Yes.
Discard. And then what about my 6 here that I pulled off?
Yeah. So for those, you put them back underneath.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So I shove you and you start crying and a broom comes flying and it cracks you in the head.
Yep.
And it fractures your skull open and you fall down and we're going to go into a pin. So I've done nothing. I see a broom knock you out. So I'm going to go over and just put a foot on you. Just in the egotistical pin.
Yes,
flexing.
Yes.
So you'll reveal the top of your fighting spirit against mine. Okay. I got a 6. So that's a 1. So put that back underneath.
Yes.
We'll do that again.
Okay. Those are really cool cards, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Great. I kicked out.
Okay, you kick out. So
I don't know
kick out at a 2.
Oh, can I describe that scenario?
Yeah, please go ahead.
You went to cover me, but since you only covered Cheese Dust with a foot, I started having a seizure from the head fracture and was able to get my shoulder up. So that was your fault.
So you seize out it, and my foot slides off, and I retain narrative control, so I can go back on the attack.
Okay.
So as you're laying there, you see your head has been kind of like cut open, and you heard that crunch. So I'm gonna go and hit the ropes and just come off with a big leg drop right across your face.
Oh no!
So I'll do a high risk.
Okay.
And what do you want to try to counter with?
I'm thinking here. So it can be like any of these besides cheat because I lost all of those.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with I'm going to go with strike.
Try to strike. All right.
Yeah, maybe like I just get a fist up and I get you in the downstairs.
That's a queen.
Is that an ace?
That's a queen.
Oh, queen. Okay. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, did not work.
All right. So you discard that. See, that's a queen, which equates to a 13. So I believe that's double. Let me see. Yeah. All right. So I come rebounding off the ropes, giant leg drop, and you go to get an arm up, but it's too late.
Yeah.
And I land in the ring, you kind of embed in the ring a bit, and cheese dust goes flying up as we like crush the ring in a little bit.
Yes.
And your legs come up and I hook one. So we go into another pin since that was double.
Okay.
That's a 9. You kick out right away.
No sell.
Yes, immediately.
Well, yeah, but what it was the cheese dust in the air.
Yeah.
It was the cheese dust in the air from the leg drop. It gave me a little extra to kick.
You're like inhaling it and kind of powering you up.
Like, remember when Goldberg would make his entrance and he'd like get the smoke from the pyro in his lungs, like that, but like just orange dust everywhere.
So you're like cheesing up.
Yeah.
And so you're starting to cheese up, and I'm hitting you, and you're no selling, and I'm hitting you, and you're no selling. So I'm gonna reach into like my trunks in the back, and I'm gonna pull out like this mini hammer. And I'm gonna smack you in the face with it.
Where's Eric Cherry at?
There's no rules in Flow. He's just watching.
Yeah,
he's making the pinfalls.
He's there to make the pinfalls and to just shove the dead body out of the ring.
All right, yeah, so I'm going to try to hit you in the face with a hammer.
Okay, I'm going to. This is how Cheese Dust and John Campbell would counter that with a submission.
All right.
And so I flip. Well, like I have to. Well, do you want me to describe the scenario? Or
Yeah. So your two options really are you can describe what you want to try to do,
okay.
or you can just call a submission and then see if you succeed and then make up what happens there.
Okay. Well, I know what I got, and so I know how it'll go. So I just want to say it anyway.
All right. Yeah. So what are you going to try to do?
So when you go to hit me in the face with the hammer, I lean in and take the hammer, like I headbutt the hammer, and it sends a shock wave all the way up your arm to your shoulder to where you drop the hammer. And then noticing your shoulder is weak, I reach in and I grab a Fujiwara armbar.
All right. 6.
Did I succeed with any of that? No.
No, you did not. All right. So I go to swing and lean into it, and it just makes the hit that much worse.
Yeah, right.
And you just hear this gross like crack off of your head, and you kind of just dead fall.
Yeah, he's already has like head injuries galore, so of course he thought that would work.
So you fall and hit the ground, and I go over and try the cocky pin again. So we go into another pin.
All right.
That's a 5. That's not very strong. Let's see what you got.
No sell again.
No sells a hammer to the face.
It's like there's a match from ECW, Cactus Jack versus Sandman.
Yeah.
And they would get weapons from the fans, and usually they'd bring frying pans from like the dollar store next door, so they were like super cheap. Well, Foley accidentally grabbed a real one and conked Sandman right in the head with it, and he was like out on his feet. But it was it was a last man standing match though. So like basically like Foley would get him in the ring and like pin him 1, 2, 3, but then like Sandman would just get back up. He couldn't remember that he had to stay down.
Oh no.
And so they did that like God, at least like 5 times before like Sandman finally just stayed down. It's ridiculous. That's what we got going on here. Just head injuries. I'm no selling everything. It's fight or flight at this point.
So I'm getting mad at this point. So I'm going to pick you up by the back of your like cheesy head. And I'm going to go and just try to dump you outside the ring. So I'm going to do a throw. I'm just going to try to throw you through the ropes to the outside.
All right. I'm going to try to reverse your throw by like with another throw.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to try to reverse it and throw you out of the ring. Nothing fancy. And it didn't work. So it looks like a botched spot at that point. Like I go to re-whip and you're just like, nope.
Yeah, we're struggling a bit, and I just dump you head first outside the ring, and you kind of land hard. And
the worst part is none of the fans are even watching this because they're still cleaning because they work there.
Yeah, no one's seen any of this fun stuff going on.
Nope.
It's because you beat up half of their staff, and then
that's. I didn't mean to interrupt you though. I'm sorry.
No, it's great. That's great. I love when like it's encouraged that people interject stuff.
Okay.
And because it just helps make the story even better.
Okay.
So yeah, no one's watching as I roll out of the ring, and that was double again. So I go for another pin outside the ring.
Okay. Falls count anywhere, I guess.
Oh yeah. No, there's no DQ.
Kick out.
Wow.
That's one thing you can say about cheese dust is like he won't stay down.
It's like when you get it on your hands, you just can't get it off. Like
yeah. Oh, you know what? Honestly, it could be just that you're sliding right off.
Yeah, I can't get a grip.
Yeah.
You keep breaking out.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm getting frustrated because I can't keep you down. So I'm gonna pick you up and I'm gonna hook you up for a suplex. And I'm going to suplex you onto the guardrail.
Oh.
So I'm going to a throw.
Since it's Cheeto, does it break?
Yeah, I think it would break. Like
okay.
An announce table break.
Yeah, there you go.
It's flaming hot Cheetos though, so you might get hurt really bad.
Yeah. It's like getting caught on fire. All right, so you suplex me through that, and I'm gonna try to counter. How would I counter a suplex? I'm gonna try and counter it with. See, this is where I'm indecisive. I'm gonna go with a high risk.
All right.
So like, you go to suplex me, and I'm scared and concussed at this point. So I just poo myself.
Oh no.
And that's high risk because you don't know like what's in that.
Right. All right. Oh.
there goes all my high risk cards. See, luckily Madam Troll just liked it. And so just went ahead with the suplex and enjoyed the bath. But you have controlling narrative. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I pick you up and you poo yourself, and the audience now that's the moment they chose to turn around. And they're just revolted, and I'm taken aback by this. We have to do the injury here.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. So do the top card of your fighting spirit again.
Okay.
At least it won't be an injury or a joker, so you won't die. We know that.
Yeah.
So you have another fracture.
Yep.
And I get +1 to my throws against you. All right. So
do I no, I don't discard this.
No, you don't discard that. That can go back. So yeah, I pick you up, and everyone now, like, the smell is revolting. So I drop you. I don't even finish the suplex. I just drop you head first. And it fractures your skull even more than it already is. And I'm like, ugh. I'm just gagging. And I fall on top of you, just kind of like trying not to throw up, and I go for the pin there.
Oh, geez. That I'll tell you this. I don't think I ever told you this before. Back when we wrestled,
yeah,
and you gave me that like top rope choke slam deal, which by the way is like an awesome move, and I don't know why I haven't stolen it yet.
Well, please do.
But like, as soon as I landed, I felt like something just wasn't right.
Okay.
And so got to the back, like I wasn't hurt or anything. I'm just like, man, something's just a little off. And so I start getting undressed, and yeah, I sharded a little bit.
Did you really?
Like a very little bit. Like it wasn't like a, fountain like old cheese dust was, but is a little bit. That and like one other time. It's the only times I ever had something like that happen. So
well, it was a high bump. I remember.
Yeah, no, it's awesome though. For those who are still watching after all this gross talk, what he would do is he would set his opponent up on like the top turnbuckle, but like facing toward the crowd, so their back was like in the ring, and he would reach through like between their legs and up to their throat and like choke slam them off the top rope. It was awesome. I don't think I've ever seen anybody like do that move since then.
That's very interesting.
Yeah,
I think awesome. Somebody would have done that.
What was that?
You think someone would have?
Yeah.
Every other move's been done off the top rope. You'd think that would be.
Yeah, right. And it's easy for the guy taking it too, because basically you're just kind of giving a little boost and then riding it down. So yeah, I might take it.
Yeah, I mean it's not even a top rope bump. You're on the middle rope, I believe, is where you.
You had me on the top.
Did I actually? Okay.
Yeah, like you picked me up like a suplex, like if you were to give a belly to back or like an atomic drop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you set me on the top, and then we went and did it. Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, please take it.
I might. Depending on who I'm wrestling. I don't think I could do that to like Bill or Chuck Hammer, one of these big guys.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to lift.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, please.
All right, we went off on a tangent though. I still have to do my pin card here.
No,
So.
I love tangents. I do them all the time. So, yeah. So, I fall on you, convulsing for a pin.
Oh, you got a 2 count this time, my friend.
So that's
one, or it's a back to 1.
Yeah, so that's a 1. You can put that. Yep, and then now we're on the.
Yeah, all right. I thought it was like every time there was a pin, if it didn't get past 1, then it was a 2.
So no, it's a fresh count
every time.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Fresh count. So. Oh, you just kick out. Okay.
2 count, and I don't discard my pins, do I?
No, you get to keep those.
All right. Okay.
So you kick out this time, and I'm like disgusted, and I'm like trying to get all of the literal crap off of me.
Yeah. And it's like, and I failed to mention, it's like some of it's like half digested. So it's like just Cheetos puffs, like chunks also.
Awful.
I'm sorry to any women. Right. Guys are probably finding this hilarious. I apologize to any gals or non-binary pals who might be watching this and are offended. Guys, though, are laughing. So
what do I want to do to you? I guess I'm pissed off. So I'm going to reach over the guardrail and grab a chair was sitting there. And I'm just going to fold it up and wing it over. And just try to smash you right in the face with it.
Again. All this face head trauma. All right, so I'm going to counter that with the strike. I'm just going to try to punch the chair as it's coming at me.
All right.
Maybe I can punch it back in your face.
Queen.
Nope. So I probably just end up breaking my hand.
So that doesn't cause a pin, but yeah, you go to punch it and it just kind of like the chair hits your fist back into your own face. And the chair hits you. And the audience is starting to like get on my side even more now. They hate your guts. Like you've defiled their building and you've attacked their workers.
Just like any show I'm booked on.
So I like turn around and I see them. And they're all kind of getting behind me. So my attack, I'm actually going to turn to them and go, Madam Troll, baby. So I'm going to use, I'm using my strength shout and my fighting spirit. So if I win this, it injures you somehow.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's okay. That's not great.
But. Yeah. It's not like I'm not injured already.
Yeah.
All right. So
how do you want to counter my arena-wide taunt?
I'm going to try to counter it with a throw.
All right.
And so you Madam Troll baby, and the fans are like, yay. And while you're doing that, you don't see that I went across the factory and grabbed a forklift. And I'm driving as you are basking in your glory. Oh, look at me. I'm so great. I'm driving the forklift behind you, and then I pull the lever and the forklift starts lifting you up, and the finale of that will be whether or not this is higher than what you draw.
I've been on a roll.
Boiled again.
So all you've done is help me by elevating me into the air. And you've made my taunt that much better, and it somehow injures you. So
okay. All right. So
let me move to this here. All right. So top card of your fighting spirit. Let's see what you've hurt. Maybe you fractured even more things. You did fracture more things. You -1 to your high risk. You have, I'm going to say you lifted the forklift up and you lifted it too high, and the counterbalance tipped it and you fell headfirst into the steering wheel and fractured your head even more.
And you land on your feet and you're just fine.
Right.
You're
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Front flipped out of it even.
Yeah, front flip and land, and then do the taunt again.
I'm telling you, I'm making Madam Troll look like $1 million.
You're taking all the heat, which isn't good. So I see you've fractured your head again on the steering wheel, and you kind of fall out. So I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to do my first submission. I'm just going to like drop down and put you in like a headlock on the ground. And just it's kind of like you're facing upwards though, so I'm really squeezing the head.
Okay.
So I'm trying to put pressure on the injuries. So I'll do a submission.
Okay. I'm going to try and counter that with another submission where while this is going on, like somehow in my stupor, I noticed that one of your boots is untied.
All right.
So I use my foot to kick the boot off of your foot the rest of the way. And then I take one of my boots off using my other foot as well. And then I grab your pinky toe in between my big and index toes.
Okay.
And then I use my toes to stretch and break your toe. Or no, right. No, I can't fracture anything. So it's just a submission hold. It's the figure toe.
The figure toe. All right.
No. And
I have a
nope.
So you give me -1 because of your hold on loosely. So that's a 6. All right. So yeah. So I beat you, but it's not. I'm not going to try to submit you with it. So you're kind of grabbing with my feet as I'm trying to get you in a headlock, and I'm like slipping off because of the Cheeto dust that's all over Cheeto dust. And
I was going to say your grip probably isn't very good due to all the whatnots on the suit anyway, and the suit smelled beforehand. And
yeah, and like it's revolting. So I don't want to be that close to you. So I hurry up and I kind of pick you up, and I'm going to try to power bomb you on the ring apron.
Oh no. Okay.
So I'll do a throw.
All right. I'm going to try and counter that with a strike. So okay. While I'm up in the power bomb, all the head injuries and just the whole getting lifted up from from bent down to like facing up has made me really nauseous now. And so I just bend down and throw up in your face with such force that it counts. It's a strike. And
such a disgusting character.
And to do that, it's not looking good for me, honestly. Yeah, didn't work.
I do see if you have any bonuses to your strikes. I don't think so. So I barely succeed. So you're throwing up all over me. And I kind of drop you and you just land like on your ass, like on the ring apron. That's like all my attack amounted to. And I'm retching and I take all that vomit and I just throw it back in your face.
Oh no.
So I'll call that a cheat.
Okay. I don't know if this would count as a strike, but I'm going to try to counter that by catching some of what you threw in my face, in my mouth, and then doing the Muda Mist at you. And you know what? I think it might actually pay off.
Oh, no!
Yes! I finally won one.
So I lose all of my cheats, which were 10 cards. All right, so you succeed. Let's see what my injury was, and then you can narrate that. So let's pull this up here again real quick. All right. I, too, have a fracture.
Okay.
Which give you +1 to your strikes against me. So,
all right.
So what did I fracture? And then you can try to pin me.
You fractured your orbital socket,
okay,
leaving you partially blind. And with all the other gook in your other eye, you're not doing so well. And so now that your face is like half broken, cheese dust is going to take the opportunity to try to lick all of the cheese dust off of Eric Cherry's head. Because remember, I said his hair was orange from all the
Yes.
cheese dust. And while I'm doing that, you kind of through your, one good eye, you just kind of drain it all out.
Yeah.
You see what's going on. And now you start vomiting. And so now you are, see, I lost it. You start vomiting, and that counts. That's a strike in the gut to you.
So before we do that, you get to try to pin me.
Oh, I have to pin you. Oh.
Yeah, because of the Joker, and then
everything.
Yeah, everything you just said can happen after the pin.
All right, sounds good. Sorry about that.
No, that happens all the time. So I have a 7. So that's a 1.
1, sucker.
That's a 2. I'm gonna use one of my strengths, break my stride, to cancel that pin check.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So just as a reminder to you, I have your character sheet here too. You do have a few activated strengths you can use if you want. I don't know if you have a markdown what they do exactly, but I can let you know as a reminder.
Yeah. Like I have them. I have them on my phone. Just my phone's over there now because spoiler. Well, not spoiler. Peek behind the curtain. My phone wasn't working. I'm on my laptop. So
okay.
Technical difficulties. In case people at home were wondering what the heck are they talking about, but they're probably thinking that anyway. Yeah,
so you have Rebel Yell. So if you choose to use that, your next fighting spirit will make me lose 2 extra cards if you beat it.
Yeah. Let's
you have Lullaby. Your next submission will injure me if you win.
Mm-hmm.
No Way Out. Your next submission will make me have to try to do a pin check if you win. And you have a lot of injury stuff. Overkill. If you use your finisher with that and you win, it injures me. So you have a lot of ways to hurt me.
Okay.
So those are all still loaded for you to use should you choose to. And you actually have narrative control. So
yeah, let's do Rebel Yell. Because I like Billy Idol, and
there you go.
That sounded the most appealing. Fun fact: back when I had hair, back in high school, I used to dye it blonde and spike it because I really liked Billy Idol.
Oh, nice.
So much to the point where I wanted my first wrestling gimmick to be Billy Fury. So like a kind of a Billy Idol type gimmick. But by the time I became a pro wrestler, I lost all my hair. So, all right. So for that then, because I have narrative control. See, off on a tangent. So yeah, like you start vomiting uncontrollably. And it's like, somebody's just booting you in the stomach. And then, all right. So with the Rebel Yell, then if I play that, like, I guess
your attack would be a fighting spirit type attack. So it would be like taunts, getting the crowd behind you, stuff that would be considered patronizing, like head pats, spitting.
Okay.
Yeah. Stuff that wouldn't be considered like a real physical harming thing, but more of a mental.
Okay. So then after I'm done licking Eric Cherry's head, I go over to you who is vomiting and I start bushwhackering your face to try to like get all the residual Cheetos laying around.
Oh boy.
And that's going to be my Rebel Yell there.
So as you're coming over to do that, I guess I'm going to try to throw a triangle choke on you.
Oh, okay.
With a submission. So that'll be my counter.
All right. And then, so then I would want to like counter with,
so you would reveal the top card of your fighting spirit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I'm so used to being on the other side where I'm getting my,
you have control of the story now. Okay. So the Rebel Yell didn't work. So you lose that card. Yeah. So you're coming over to like lick my face.
Yeah.
And I throw this triangle choke on you. And I believe that was, well, it wasn't quite double, almost was. So I lock it on and I almost cinch it in, but you slip through. Everything's just so gross at this point.
Yeah.
You slip through my grip and break away, and Eric's over there trying to like get
Fix
all of your
himself.
like saliva out of his hair. So he's not paying attention to the match. The audience is on break now, so they're all watching. They're disgusted, but they're watching.
Yeah, you can't look away.
And you kind of slip out and are crawling away. And I climb up to the top turnbuckle. I'm going to use my finisher.
Okay. Okay.
It's the Sarasota Sunset,
I love it.
which is basically just a flipping Canadian destroyer.
I love it.
So the way finishers work, my one finisher card, this is double whatever I reveal it as.
Okay.
If there's an ace here, I kill your character.
Okay.
If there's a joker, I die.
Oh, so there's high stakes there then.
You can counter however you wish, even with your own finisher. It's up to you.
Yeah, I might as well.
I'm poised. I'm on the middle turnbuckle waiting for you to turn around. So you're going to try to do your finisher?
Yep.
All right, so let's reveal finisher to finisher. So you have a 4.
Yeah.
I have a queen, which is essentially a 12. So I have a 24.
Well, I think it's safe to say I won that one, right?
So you turn around and I see you have like the claw loaded, but it's too. I land on you with your head between my knees and flip and flip and flip, and you hit head first, and the ring implodes, and all the Cheeto mat shoots out the side. So the whole ring collapses. Cherry falls outside the ring, and the audience is pissed at everybody now because there's snack
so
food
much
everywhere.
mess. Yeah. Who thought this was a good idea?
The ring post predictably fall in like that and kind of like it was rigged somehow. And I cover you for the pin. So
okay.
That's a 10.
It's an 8.
So that's the 1 count.
Oh,
That's a 2 count.
they got me.
No, 3. You kicked out at the last second.
Oh,
So for people watching, and I hadn't explained this to you because we're not going to keep track of it. A lot of things we're doing in the match would cause fans. You know, you have the fans on your sheet there.
mm-hmm.
They're essentially experience points for your character.
Oh, okay.
So when people get injured, finishers are used. Someone kicks out at a 3, like a 2.9, like you just did.
Mm-hmm.
That gets the match fans. And at the end, we share those, and then it helps you level up and get like new strengths and
Oh, cool. Okay.
things like that.
Yeah,
if your character doesn't die, you can keep track of them over multiple games.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, I was wondering what those exactly were for, but I figured it was something that happened like during play.
Yeah, you can run a promotion essentially that's like 12 sessions or a year in the game's time, and you can keep track of champions and things
very
like that.
cool. Very cool.
So you kick out on my finisher at a 2.9. It's high drama. And I'm just like beside myself. So I'm going to go back up to the top rope. I'm going to try to moonsault off. Or I shouldn't say the top rope because the ring has collapsed. So I'm going to go to the guardrails, which are crunchy.
The forklift's still out there too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. We'll use I climb up on the forklift. And I'm going to moonsault, backflip off of it onto you.
Okay. I'm going to try to counter that with a throw where while you're in midair, I kip up, I jump up, I meet you in the air, and I grab you and I just German suplex you to the floor.
All right.
Nope.
That's a Jack 2-5. So
it's like Clue. That's how it could have happened.
You kip up, and all it does is make it so you meet me midair. And we collide and we slam into the ground even harder, and that will cause a pin because it was double. So let's see if I pin you here with the forklift moonsault.
Kick out.
So you no sell.
Basically.
So you're laying there, and I'm kind of hurting a little bit because of that impact. So as you're laying there, I'm going to run over and I'm going to grab the referee, and I'm going to suplex him onto you.
Take that, Cherry.
I'll call that a throw. I'm throwing him onto you.
Okay, I'm going to counter that with a strike, and I'm just going to put a foot up and see where it lands, and hopefully not on me.
Yeah, I saw what I had. It's not good. So you did. What did you do?
Discarding these. I shouldn't.
You tried to strike me.
Yeah. I just put I basically the Hail Mary. I just put my foot up and I hope something good happens. So let's say like Cherry lands back first on the foot, breaking his spine, but with such impact that it shoots him into the rope. He bounces off the rope and comes back and nails you, like his back just hits your face. You two go flying out of the ring. And then you kind of end up rolling and you hit throat first on the Flaming Cheetos guardrail. It doesn't slice your throat, but you got a scratch. And with that flaming hot cheese dust in there, it's really burning and annoying.
And it'll cause a pin because of my fractured orbital bone. You got +1 to that card, which is exactly double.
Okay.
So after that awful exchange, you will get to try to pin me.
Yep. All right. So I'm strutting out. And
I think I'm going to no-sell that there.
Oh, you scallywag.
But you still have the story after
Right.
I kick out at 1.
So you kick out of it. Cheese Dust looks over at the imploded ring. It didn't, well, it sort of exploded, but there's just stuff everywhere. He looks over at the ring and sees what else? Dust, cheese dust. So he goes over to the cheese dust. Cheese dust goes over to the cheese dust. And he starts just filling his jumpsuit full of cheese dust. Like he's like just dumping it in, like just as much as he possibly can. So now he's really wide. He has so much cheese dust down his jumpsuit. He sort of looks like Violet Beauregard from Willy Wonka. And so just he starts rolling toward freedom and ends up steamrolling you essentially.
Okay.
And so I'm going to count that probably as a strike.
So you're rolling at me. I'm going to try to grab you as you're rolling and just get you in some sort of a bear hug.
Okay.
As you try to roll over me. So, yeah, I'll try to counter with a bear hug.
Okay.
Oh!
So you try to grab me, and essentially you succeed, but the momentum is so much that I just keep rolling. So now you're hanging on to me as I am rolling, and we're just taking out fans and workers, but essentially we're making this big ball of people, and it's expanding now to the point where there's over 100 people, and it's ridiculous and it's tall, but the bay door is open to the factory. We end up rolling out of the factory and into the street. So let's see how you get injured in the street.
I'm lacerated.
Okay, a car comes by and just nicks you like right above the good eye. So now there's blood pouring into your good eye while your other eye is crushed. So now you're completely blind.
Great. And you'll get to try to pin me in that giant ball of people outside. So.
All right. We finally stopped rolling. We hit like an alley where the buildings were just good enough to stop rolling. Cherry's like trying to run behind. He finally gets there. And when all the cheese dust clears, it's me on top of you.
All right. Go for the pin here.
Yep. And you no-sell all of it. Wait, I keep discarding those. I don't discard those, do I?
No, for pin checks you keep them.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like I think I accidentally discarded like 3 of them, maybe.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
So you still have the story after I no-sell that.
Okay, yeah. You no-sell it. You get up. You look me right in the eye and you say, we've gone so far off script at this point. What are we doing? We've botched everything. This match isn't going exactly how we planned it. Where do we go from here? And I say, grab a hold, kid. And then I snap marry you and I put on a chin lock for submission, my last submission card.
Last submission card. All right. I'm gonna do a high risk to not listen to you.
All right.
And I'm gonna try to, as you try to snap marry me, I'm going to clumsily just try to like do a body press onto you. The most awkward looking move.
Yes.
It's awful looking. I'm just gonna try to pancake onto you with a high risk.
All right. And I think you succeeded. Yep. So
I have -1 to my high risk.
Okay.
So it's a tie.
Oh,
So what happens is we have to redraw from the same stat. Do you have any other submissions in your stats?
no.
So you redraw a 0.
Oh, yeah.
And I flipped a 10. All right. So you lose your card and you're trying to snap marry me and I don't listen and collapse onto you and you kind of like doubled over yourself and you roll out and I just kind of plop onto you, my back to your stomach, and that'll be my pin on you.
All right. And I'm saying to myself, I've had worse matches. And then I no sell your
sell it.
no sell all of it.
Yeah, so as we're standing there, we're still in the middle of the road. And 1 second. Yes.
Hello, whoever that is. Hello.
Hi, John.
Hi.
I'm just playing like waitress. I'm gonna get him another drink.
Oh, hey.
Hopefully, you're whipping his ass.
And yeah. I'm an expert at this game.
I love your character.
Thank you. I love you.
So, yeah, we're in the middle of the road, and I see traffic is just flying towards us. So, as a high risk, I'm just going to move out of the way and leave you in the road and let you get hit by oncoming traffic. It's a very technical move.
And I've still had worse matches. All right, so I have to like just try to counter that because the only thing I have left is fighting spirit and strikes. I'm going to try and counter it with a strike. I'm just going to stand up like the man in Tiananmen Square in front of that tank and just say, no. It might work. Nope, didn't work. No.
So you go, no, and it just runs you over. You go up the windshield and over the hood, and just land on the ground behind you or behind the car as it takes off. And while this was happening, I climb pretty quick, and I've already gone up to like a. Thank you. I love you. A 3rd-story balcony.
That was adorable. It really was. I love seeing stuff like that.
And I love her.
Oh.
So you're laying in the road, and I'm already climbed to a 3rd-story like fire escape.
Mm-hmm.
And as you land, I'm already coming off with like a Superfly Snuka splash from the 3rd story of this apartment building. So I'm doing another high risk.
I was gonna say you're really fast. I'm gonna try to counter this high risk with another strike because that's been working so well in my favor. Like I've always wanted to see this, and I don't think I've ever seen it. You always see somebody put the foot up. You always see somebody put the knees up. Why don't people just like put their fists up?
Yeah.
I mean, probably because it would break your arm, but I mean, that's just details. So let's see if it breaks my arm. That's how.
I mean, you have 3 fractures, so you're not thinking straight.
Yep. No.
Oh, this isn't good. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the double arm actually works.
Yeah.
So you get to narrate that and try to pin me.
Okay. This may be unorthodox, but I'm going to end up breaking my arms off of that. So I ended up breaking my own arms. But what happened was they were compound fractures, and so they ended up like stabbing you.
Okay.
And then with like all the elements, everything that we both have on our bodies and stuff, it actually gets infected quite quickly.
Sure.
And so I'm gonna go ahead with like my broken arms and everything, like just kind of strut over as I would. And now I'm going to cocky pin you.
Oh, that's a 1.
1, 2.
That's a 2.
If I win this, I swear. Oh, kicked out at 2.
That was like a 2.9.
Yeah, 2. Okay, so
Last second.
What was that?
That was the last second kick out.
Oh yeah. So Cherry, he goes 1, 2, and as he's going down for 3, you stop his hand. So you don't kick out. You stop the hand from coming down. And like I look at you and I say, that's brilliant. Why don't more people do that in matches? And you're like, shut up. This is a shoot. And you thumb me as hard as you can in the eye to the point where blood is just dripping down your elbows.
So nice.
That's how you kicked out.
All right. That's a brutal kick out.
Isn't it? The whole hand thing though, like that's something I used to do way back when I was Canadian, and I don't see like a lot of people. I don't think I've like the choke slam seen anybody do that besides last week when I told my opponent to do that.
Yeah, that seems like that should be used more often.
Yeah,
especially by heels, just
because you're not like striking the referee or anything like that. Like, yeah, you're putting your hands on them, but it's not in like an aggressive manner. So like
I didn't mean to.
Yeah. And like by the time like everybody's kind of like, oh, what the crap, then you can kick out, or you can like do an eye rake or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like while the referee's like looking, at you holding the hand, he's not looking down at, you eye raking the guy.
Yeah.
All right, but we're off on another tangent. I can go about this stuff all day.
It's great. No, this is amazing.
Okay.
So, I thumbed you in the eye apparently to kick out.
Yeah.
And so you get to go on the attack again.
Okay. So while I'm, struggling to, see and everything like that, you are also struggling to see, because remember, you're bleeding in your good eye, your other eye is crushed. So essentially now we are recreating the Jake the Snake Roberts model Rick Martel blindfold match from WrestleMania 7. And so since I can't see, you can't see, but you have the fans on your side, random passerbyers on the street are seeing what all this commotion is. You're pointing, is he here? No. Is he here? No. Is he here? Yes. And so you start making your way. But what nobody bothered to tell you is that there was a manhole in the middle of the street without a cover on it. And so you fall down the manhole. And the lid comes down and cracks you in the head. And then I somehow miraculously also fall down the manhole cover and on top of you, so I'm going to pin you again. Can I do that?
You can't choose to pin.
Oh, all that
you
for
can
nothing.
Use that as a strike.
All right, yeah, we'll do that as a strike, and then hopefully, brother, I am going to pin you.
I was gonna say that I was gonna do a strike 2 where I'm still pointing. Is he there?
Oh, yeah.
As an eye poke. Which got a 2. So,
okay.
So
sorry.
That awful exchange for me actually injures me again. So let's bring this up here and see what happens before you narrate. I have a fracture. All fractures all the time in this match.
All right. So it came down on your head, right? It fractured your ankle.
All right.
It bounced off your head, came down on your ankle. Your head's just fine somehow.
So you fractured my ankle as you and the manhole cover come down, and you'll get to try to pin me off of that too.
All right.
So you did get your pin.
Yes, I did.
All right, let me bring this chart back up here. All right.
All right.
That's not good.
Oh, all right. So what happens when we tie? I
don't the person being pinned breaks ties. They win them.
Okay.
Since they're at a disadvantage of losing the game.
Sure.
Yeah. So I no-sold that.
Again. Jeez. You kids.
Yeah. So you still have the story after I kick out of somehow falling down a manhole cover, getting hit by you and a sewer lid.
Yep. All right.
And breaking my ankle. So.
All right. So as we start making our way back up to our feet, we hear some stuff, some rustling in the distance down in the sewer.
Oh, boy.
We look over and we hear people talking like California surfers.
I knew that was where this was going.
And so we both somewhat kind of look at each other because, we can't see anything. But we're like, is that who we think it is? And you're absolutely right. Coming around the corner, it's not the Ninja Turtles how you thought it was going to be. Instead, it's a gang of Rodney Dangerfields.
like a fan club, like a lookalike club.
No.
All right.
Rodney Dangerfield never died. There's always been multiple Rodney Dangerfields, and they just live in the sewer now. They got tired of acting. So a gang of Rodney Dangerfields come around the corner with baseball bats and chains like a gang would.
They're like straightening their ties and
yeah, but
hey,
they walk right by us. They don't care about us. They got Rodney Dangerfield business to take care of. So we're like, oh, that was weird. and then I thumb you in the eye for a strike.
Sorry.
Doesn't matter which eye at this point. Both of them are going to hurt. It's not going to be pleasant.
I've got to figure out how to recover from that.
Oh, here, I'll tell you what. I'll make it easy. I'll do the since it doesn't matter which eye, I'll do the Three Stooges. You can recover by...
I'm going to do that as a fighting spirit.
There you go.
I'm going to block that. Oh, you got it. So not double, but it succeeds.
All right. So I basically, it's just, I do it really hard to the point where like it just crushes your hand into your, already cracked open orbital bone. And so then I noticed, oh, I could probably get to like the brains from there. And so Cheese Dust with his cheesy fingers starts like poking in through like, the eye sockets and everything until, he takes the one good eye, throws it away. You don't need it anymore. Starts fiddling around with the brains and pushes on the part of the brain that controls impulse. So now, there's no rhyme or reason to anything you do anymore. You get up, you think it's a good idea to run into the brick wall, and you do. And that's a strike, my friend. Those are the only cards I have left.
I'm going to try to counter with a high risk where I run up the wall. Because I think I can walk up vertical surfaces now. And it's going to cause me to flip onto you.
Okay.
Oh, God. No.
All right, so it didn't work.
And that'll be double because I get -1 to this.
Oh, okay.
So you'll get to pin me.
All right.
Oh, I no sold it.
Again. All
I
right.
got an ace floating around in that deck.
All right. So like I go to pin you, but because you're so impulsive and you just don't know like what's good for you anymore, you just kick right out immediately. You don't know what's going on. You climb back up the ladder to the manhole cover, and you see a man on the corner who is selling like fake Rolex watches.
Okay.
And so you grab one of the fake Rolex watches. The guy's like, "Hey, you have to pay for that," but then you flip the table over and throw him in front of a bus, so he's dead. And then you take the fake Rolex watch and you set it to 2:30. Okay, that's going to be very important. You set the alarm to go off at 2:30. It's 2:29 in the afternoon. I make my way up and I say, "Oh, what's that ringing noise?" And you look down at the watch and you're like, "Oh, it's 2:30." And I say, 2:30, like a dentist appointment, tooth hurty. And then I punch your teeth out for a strike.
As you're doing that, I have the watch up. You're coming in. I'm going to try to throw a forearm
Okay.
into the side of your head, the opposite of the punch you're throwing. So I'm going to
Okay.
throw a strike as well.
Okay. Yeah, because that's besides fighting spirits, that's all I have. Oh, and wouldn't you know it?
So you go to throw a punch, and my arm, the shorter strike, just pops you right in the face, and you kind of go staggering back a little bit, and a car almost hits you. You're like, ooh, they're like slamming on their horn. So you come stumbling back into me. I'm gonna shuffle and super kick you in the face off the assist from the Buick LeSabre that just went by.
Yes. All right. And that's a strike, right? I'm going to counter that. I'm going to counter that. I love that. I pulled an ace too, but so it would go to.
It's a tie, but yeah, I like the fact that my ace is a super
It's
kick.
a super kick. Yeah, that's awesome.
So we redraw from the same stats.
Okay, but we just take what we and put it on the bottom.
Yeah. If whoever loses all the cards
Okay.
that we revealed. Yeah. So I'm not going to win this.
Nope.
So I lose my ace. You succeed. So you can narrate, and then you get to try to pin me again.
Okay. So I punch a bunch of your teeth out, and they go down your throat, and they get lodged in your esophagus, actually. And so I'm like, "Oh, I don't want you to choke to death. That's terrible." So I open your mouth, and with my mandible claw cheesy fingers, I start trying to fish them out of your throat. But this doesn't count as a finisher because I'm not done yet. You bite down on my fingers, essentially biting my fingers clean off. See, even when I'm on the advantage,
You're still losing.
You spit the fingers in my face, and I'm like, "That's rude." And you're like, "You're right. I'm sorry. Pin me." And so then you let me pin you.
All right. That's a 1. That's a 2.
Oh, man.
3.
Oh! How did that happen? How does it happen?
So I feel bad and let you pin me to end the match
Yep.
in the middle of the street.
9 out of 10. That's how I win most of my matches, in real life.
So Cheese Dust, who is missing fingers,
broken arms, head caved in, waste all over him, his own and others. Yeah, I mean, if you painted a portrait of what we just described, and then they would put it in the dictionary next to winner, because to me that there's no other definition that would be more of the epitome of winner than that.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for that. Very
that was kind of a wild ride.
The game normally is, like you said, we started out in a somewhat of an arena.
Yeah.
It ended up in a sewer with a gang of Rodney Dangerfields going by.
Yeah, but they had no interest in us whatsoever.
That's kind of par for the course with the game. It goes kind of bonkers pretty quick.
Yeah, no, I absolutely loved it. Like it was a lot of fun. Once you're into it, it's not that hard to pick up. The only thing like I had trouble remembering was like, when I can use like, when I can use this strength, or when I can use like, this certain situation or scenario, like that was really like the only thing. And that wasn't even like that bad. Like when you were saying like, but remember I got like -1 to this and stuff like that. That's kind of the stuff like I was having a hard time picking up on, but like, I'm sure like with practice that'll just, that'll come.
A lot of that's easier in person too. And when you play more and, some of the strengths you can pick, there's some that are easier that are just +1s to things.
Yeah.
But as you notice, like I only used, I think 2 of mine that I had.
Yeah. I only used like 1. I only used the Rebel Yell, but I think a lot of that too, like, it would be better if and this is just on me, like if I actually had like the guidebook pulled up and like next to me so I could like reference
Sure.
it, but that's just like as a new player, like, if I could give this like any sort of testimony, I would say it's easy for new players to pick up. And then like with time, there's, basically nothing that I don't think anybody could figure out. It's really good. You did a really good job on this.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's the thing. Like, as you noticed, we were just telling like a really kind of funny story.
Yeah.
We have found that with like our play groups and friends and stuff, that a lot of times we forget about like all the pluses and minuses because it's not, you don't need those for the good story.
Yeah.
But for players that really want more strategy and like to really strategize, then you can focus on those more. But they're just kind of there. If you're like, oh, hey, I remember that I have a thing that lets me break out of a pin, I'm going to do that.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But you don't need those to like have a good time and tell a good story.
No, not at all. Like I said, I do. I really think like anybody could pick this up and play it. It's really good. You did an awesome job for sure.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks you for joining and eventually kicking my ass.
I don't know how I did it. Ladies and gentlemen, let this be proof positive to you. I was telling David I didn't really play like anything like this ever before. I wanted to get into D&D. I wanted to get into like Magic the Gathering, but like just nobody around me at the time like had any interest in like that kind of stuff, like basically where I lived. And so, for somebody who's never played anything like this, let me tell you, if this is like in your wheelhouse, you're going to have a lot of fun. And if this is something that you want in your wheelhouse, but you're completely novice, like you're going to have a good time. Like it's not like, so much like, thinking because if I do this, then I got to plan this move ahead. Like I honestly thought it was going to be a lot of that. Like I thought it was going to be more strategizing, like, like Risk almost in a way. But no, it's very easy to pick up and play. So if anybody needs a testimonial, hey, if I can play it, you can play it. Trust me.
Well, thank you for that ringing endorsement and for spending your evening with us and
me. Absolutely
making me laugh, cry at one point. So that's always fun. So yeah, thank you. And thank you for everyone that watched and commented and send your hearts and smiley haha faces here. So thank you and have a good night.
Yeah. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.